Okay, this one is an example of solving equations with positive numbers. And this is just another opportunity to use our order of operations. We always have to follow that. I always just kind of start off myself reminding myself of that. And remember, when we're solving with variables, we do that in reverse order, okay? So I'm going to work backwards because remember, you don't take your socks off before you take your shoes off, right? You've got to take your shoes off first and then your socks. Just like when you put your shoes on, you put your socks on first and then your shoes. There's a certain order that you have to do things. So with this first equation, I start off by writing it just as it is, and it's 2 times d plus 3 equals 10. And as a reminder, in class, we talked about this as the distributive property because I have a variable d in here. And so I can't just multiply. I can't do the first order, which would be to add d plus 3 because I don't know what d is. So, but I can distribute because I know that this means the same thing as 2 times d plus 2 times 3. 2 times 3, if I don't know it offhand, I can use my multiplication fact chart. I'm going to get 6. That's equal to 10. Then I can start simplifying and working in reverse order to solve for my variable. My variable is d. D is what I want to get all by myself. So remember, I start with any addition or subtraction on the side with my variable. So I have addition here. I need to do the opposite of that. I'm going to use a different color ink so you guys can see. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to take 6 away from both sides. 10 take away 6 is 4. If I wanted to use my hundreds chart here, I could go 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to take me to 6. Or I'm sorry, 10 take away 6. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to take me to 4. 6 take away 6 is going to be 0. And then I've got my 2d equals 4. Okay. Now I'm ready to keep on solving though. Now I remember anytime I have a letter next to a number, that means, or a variable next to a number, that means that there's an operation happening there, multiplication. This is the same as 2 groups of d, which you just know you did that. And 2d equals 4, I have to do the reverse. I have to do the opposite. So I have to divide by 2 on both sides. So if I do that, that cancels it out, and I have d equals 4 divided by 2. Well, I can look at my multiplication chart and see that if I have 2 times 2 equals 4, that's going to equal 2. D is equal to 2, and double check yourself. Go back in and solve, right? So if I go 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 10, 2 plus 3, if I'm following order of operations, is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Does 10 equal 10? It sure does. Check. I know that seems like a lot of steps, but it doesn't take very long to do. It just takes me longer to explain. I'm going to type my final answer in there and hit submit. Ah, I made a mistake. I put 10 in. I didn't put 2 in. I meant to put 2. You know I got it right. It's okay. We'll do another one just for fun. So picking up with another example. If I have 2 times b plus 2 equals 8. Well, if we were doing order of operations, I would do what was inside my parentheses first, but I don't know what v is. So I need to distribute. I need to go 2 times v is 2v. And then I need to go 2 times 2 is 4. And I'm rewriting that as 2v plus 4. And that equals 8. Then I'm going to carry on with solving for v, right? I need to get v all by itself so I can figure out what it is. And my order of operations, PEMDAS, right? We have to work in reverse. So do I have addition and subtraction? I sure do. I have adding 4. I'm going to subtract 4. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 8 take away 4 is 4. And these two cancel each other out. I just like to draw a line through them. I know that 4 plus 4 minus 4, those make a 0 pair. And I still have 2 times v equals 4. Whenever you have a number next to a variable, that's multiplication that's happening there. 2 groups of v equals 4. The opposite of multiplication is division. V is going to equal 4 divided by 2. V is going to equal 2. I can check my work. I can go back and I can substitute in, right? 2 for V. 2 plus 2 equals 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 groups of 4. Does that equal 8? Does 8 equal 8? It sure does. Check it now. This time I'm not going to make the mistake I made last time. V, what is V? V is 2. V is 2. Submit. Boom. There we go. You're going to continue on with this practice. First distributing and then solving for your variable.